Hey yo guys, what's good, what's happening, and what's going on? Today I want to try something a little different, but kind of the same, if that even made any sense. You'll understand in a couple seconds. Basically, trying another 3D printed lure here. We're going to see how this thing goes. I already clear coated it twice with the UV resin, got some eyeballs on it, some hooks, kind of scuffed that first hook placement because I didn't have a small enough barrel swivel or whatever you want to call it. I also realized that we're going fishing and I completely don't have my license or anything on me because I forgot. Grab my wallet, grab my smellophone for them Instagram pictures of the big lunkers this is gonna pull in. Probably not, but maybe. Also, the other day I was fishing with a friend. When we went to the Calendar docks there, I basically had to take the hooks off the whole time, or the fish off the hooks, because she's allergic to fish. And I didn't think about it at the time because, well, I'm not used to fishing with people who are allergic to fish. Normally, if you're allergic to something, you tend to avoid it, right? Because, you know, you don't want to die. But then there's people where the hobby outweighs, I'm just going to put a hat on today, the hobby outweighs the whole fear of dying. So I thought about it. I'm like, I'm handling these fish. If I go to give her a high five, that's fish contact because I got the fish slime all over my body, well, on my hands anyway. Give her a high five and then boom shakalaka, and now she's contaminated. So when I was at Walmart, I found this cute little bottle of Purell hand sanitizer. Might do the job, and it's got a little clip on the back that I can stick it on my fishing bag through one of the mole holes, and that way there we don't have to worry about any cross-contaminations. So then high fives are possible after the fish is removed and thrown back. Now, the other reason why I said today is going to be a different day is because I don't know if you guys can tell, but the audio quality sounds better because I don't have the GoPro on me. Yes, we're not using the GoPro for this video, guys. We are using the DJI Osmo 3. Now, you probably notice I have this neck attachment on me. The reason for that is I can do this now. Oh, well, I could if I actually had the piece out. Okay, I need extra hands. I gotta also pick a rod to tie this thing off on. Probably gonna use the Shimano. No, we'll use the Daiwa. Holy crap, it's hot out today, guys. It is brutal out. For instance, now that I have a fishing buddy in town, my friend Jen, who loves fishing, one day if she wants, I can strap a GoPro on her too. And then we can have dueling shots of GoPros. Because we do have a video coming up and she wants to get involved. And guys, I'll give you a sneak peek. Here's the bag which it portrays. It's fishing related. And I'm going to give you a sneak peek at what's going on, just so you understand once I find. That's all I can show you. That's all I can show you. So that's too much of a spoiler. We have a video coming up. We haven't shot it yet. I'm gonna strap a GoPro on her, a GoPro on me. It's gonna be fishing related. It's gonna be funny. It's gonna be interesting. I'm hoping. And yeah, because I brought the idea of doing a YouTube video and she was all for it, 100%. Anyway, let's go check out sunset, see if I can get my spot. If not, onward to somewhere. All right, spitter patter. All right, guys, down here, I don't see anybody in my spot. I don't know why I call it my spot. It's not like I own it. And we got the old, I don't know what to call this thing. If it doesn't work, it's not getting a name. But ole, look at the size of that goose. He's a big boy. We'll try to, they're usually pretty calm around here. Like, they don't really act up or anything. But there's a reason why the seagulls are staying, well, not that guy. That guy's like straight in there. He doesn't care. But they're just picking worms. I don't see anybody over here, so we might be all right. It is a little windy out today. The wind seems to be blowing from the east, or the west, I should say. But it looks pretty good. It's like I should have brought my fishing glasses, but they're in my bag if I need them. And of course, I get down here, and what do I see? Freaking ducks. It's like they knew. It's like somebody gave them the memo. I'm coming down to fish. They're like, oh, well, better get in front of that spot. Better get in front of that spot. Better cock over buddy's deal. Better cock over his deal, eh? Mother friggers. Well, I'm gonna see if it casts. It casts nice. It floats, and it shimmies, and it shimmies, and it shimmies. It dances. It works. It works. I just got to get those ducks out of my way. We are recording right now, right? Yeah, we're recording. It's hard to tell with this camera. I also don't know what it's looking at because I can't see the viewfinder. Kind of like I'm wearing a GoPro. It doesn't sink deep, stays pretty high off the ground, but it shimmies. Be nice to do a print to catch, but can't get them all the time, right? Can't get them all the time. That, and I don't even know if there's any fish here today, because you know this is a huge freaking lake, boys. And maybe they don't like this paint color of pure silver with eyeballs. Maybe that's not their jam. Maybe that's not their jam. And bam. Well, it casts nice, so that's a bonus. The other bonus is there's currently no bugs out, so I want to kind of bring it across the front here, because usually bass stack up along the front. So if one's going to see it and eat it, it's going to be right here. But I don't think there's any bass here. Worst case, Ontario, we can always head down to the Callander docks and throw it around. But the fact that it's sitting upright in the water kind of gives me a little bit of hope that I did something right on my first try. I basically took the crankbait concept when I made it and applied it to this thing. But the thing I noticed with the crankbait is if you do not put a a split ring on the line tie, it has zero action. You put a split ring on it, and the action improves tenfold. All right, I'm gonna try a shot straight out here. Still hooked up, we're good. Everything looks good on the barrel swivel, we're good. And I can't do the whole twitch bait thing, because normally a pike would see that and would hit it. But no, it twitches, it bounces off rocks, it does all the action it needs to do. It just needs to catch a fish to make it official. And then I can add this one to the print queue. We could also hit up the government dock, because it doesn't sink that far, so it wouldn't go into the weeds. It might actually work. Bloke just sent me a bunch of pictures. He's out fishing with a buddy right now, just laying waste to a bunch of bass, having a good old time. Apparently I was told people are over there fishing at the point still, even though it's a no trespassing zone. Chatting with a friend of mine, and he's like, yeah, we go there all the time. Nobody says shit. He goes, as long as you don't litter and you're not setting up a tent, nobody really cares. He's like, Bro Beans completely shut that place down on purpose. He's like, because of the homeless were setting up Tent City down there, so he had to do something, so he clear cut it all back. The owner of the property is a guy in town who's built a bunch of houses. And yeah, he cut it all back so that the cops could easily see from the land if anybody was out there friggin' making Tent City or camping or stuff. Because there was a couple videos back in 2022, I think it was, where I walked out there and you see like all along the trail there's like guys setting up pretty much hobo shanties and things. And yeah, he doesn't want that. He doesn't want that on his property, and I don't freaking blame him, man. It's like they make a mess. It's one thing if they're just setting up camp and keeping it tight and clean, but they leave garbage everywhere. They trash the property. You know, it gets littered with shopping carts. Like, you feel bad for the homeless people. Like, they had it made before, and then all of a sudden, due to the economy, like everything went to shit, and they lost everything, and now they're just trying to survive. And there's no programs or anything out there to help them, so they got to do what they can do just to survive, right? I get it. I 100% get it. This thing dances nicely in the water, but I have a feeling the fish are not stacked up on this side of the lake. And I don't have an ND filter or polarizing filter, as they're called, on this camera. I don't even know where the friggin' viewfinder's aiming. I don't even know where my joystick is on this thing. Found it. Yeah, I can aim the camera lens a little bit more down. Guys, the video's scuffed. I'm sorry. I'm trying something different. Like I said, I bought another one of these neck things with the magnetic mount for the camera, just to see what would happen if I decided to use it as a GoPro one day, you know, because it is an action camera. It falls under the action camera format. So I figured, you know what, let's try it out. I still got both my eyeballs. Yep, man. 2 coats of UV resin holding them puppy chuckers on. Worst case, Ontario, like I said, we'll take a rip down to Callander docks, because it won't be as choppy as the lake is here. It'll be nice and smooth, and we'll cast closer to shore because it doesn't sink that far, so I won't snag the $1 million log, as I call it. The reason why I call it the $1 million log is because there's probably $1 million worth of lures stuck in that thing. Everybody who fishes close to shore and they use like jig heads or deep divers or spoons or anything, they pretty much lost them on that. So if I get my snorkel kit out, I could probably go down there and fill up a 5-gallon pail with a bunch of friggin' lures, make a salvage tackle box. But yeah, the fish don't seem to be biting here today. I'm pulling a bloke, guys. I'm pulling a bloke. If the fish don't, oh my goodness. Look at this, 2 Cobra Death chickens, just Cobra Death chickening. They're harmless. They only attack Americans. They come to Canada to relax and chill, and then the moment the winter hits, they go down to the US to beat the crap out of Americans. True story. See, the other nice thing about having this snap swivel on here is if I wanted to try throwing something different just to see how it reacts,
it's just a matter of clip this thing off and clip another one on. I don't have to sit there and tie all new knots and all that bullshit. It's just get her done and go. But I don't know if you guys saw the action on that. It shimmies back and forth. Not as much as I want. I might make the lip a little wider on this unit just so it catches more water and has more shimmy. But other than that, it casts really good. It swims even better. Doesn't go too deep. It's pretty much like maybe a half a foot off the top of the water. If I rip it, it might go a little deeper. Yeah, if I rip it, it goes down about a foot. So it's not really a deep diver. It's a shallow top water. I don't know, I guess you can call it a jerk bait. I don't know. What would you guys call this bait? What would you guys call it? I don't know what to call it. I just realized I didn't get a picture for the thumbnail. I should probably do that before I end up breaking off and losing it. Or, you know, before I end up hooking my hand. Bloke texting me back. Bloke's catching little panners. Nice. Camera time. Like, why is the camera not doing 16:9? Oh, because it's not set to. That's better. I'm like, why is it doing 4:3? Because the settings are set to 4:3. There we go. Yeah, I use my cell phone to take the pictures because, for the thumbnails, mainly because it takes this like stupid, massive friggin' 50 megapixel picture. And then when you bring it into Photoshop and you start editing it and shrinking it down, it looks even crispier. Makes for a nice juicy thumbnail. I'm telling you guys, this Daiwa Airdex, minus this hook retainer being on the back, is like my favorite rod. The Crossfire's not too bad, but I find it's too noodly, and I might revert it to a float rod. 6.6 float rod sounds about right. Sounds like a good idea. Or I might make it a twitch bait rod, or jerk rod, or maybe even just a jigging rod. 6.6 jigging rod. But it's really noodly, so I don't know if a jigging rod would be a good idea. Yeah, it got here just in the nick of time. Guys, if I would have been like 20 minutes later, I would have not had this spot. It's literally the group that just walked by me is the family that's always in this spot. And bro like looked at me and gave me a stink eye. Like he thinks he owns the place. But mind you, it would be really, like I get the rocks are here for a reason because the ice flow, when the ice breaks, it crashes into the rocks and the rocks are sharp and shit. So it breaks it all up and it doesn't screw up like the land and the bike path and all that, or the walking path. But it'd be really cool if they put a structure above it, like a wooden walkway, where guys like me can come and fish and we could really stack up a lot of anglers up here and just sail out shots. It'd be so good. The city won't do it because they're too busy painting bike paths on the road for people not to ride on. So, if you're driving a bike, apparently the cool place to be is in the middle of the freaking road impeding traffic. Yeah, I don't think there's any fish here. Something should have eaten this by now. And the only way I could do it is with a control bait, like if I put a grub on a jig or set up a drop shot rig and sail that out to see if something wants to chomp it. But yeah, there's nothing eating. So I might relocate down to Calendar Bay. As far as the bait goes, it's a little wet. Bounced it off a couple rocks. Doesn't seem to have any damage. I think this is holding up with that UV resin. That's the thing, is I didn't pay much for that UV resin on Amazon. I think it was like $15 or something like that for 2 big bottles. And you don't use much per bait, so I think I might 3D print a new hook hanger for this and attach it further up. I really don't like the one back there. Alright, on to the next spot. Alright guys, I know I said I was going to the docks, but I drove by Premier Road and went, you know, let's try the river. Let's see if we can make whatever we're going to call this thing official at the river. Because that would be cool. Then we don't have to drive all over town just to get the job done. And people are not allowed to park down there except unless they have boat trailers, but whatever. Hey, whatever. People do whatever the frick they want. It is the way. Alright, we got our backpack. We got our rod. Oh, this guy's got a kayak. Nice. I don't know if anybody's down here fishing. I see a bunch of people, but it looks like they're loading a boat or dropping a boat. One of the two. They're doing something with a boat. Oh, we'll go have a look-see. Worst case, we can just fish up the river. Apparently fishing the mouth of this river is good too. So a lot of people have told me. Yeah, this is strictly for boat trailer parking. Which, you know, my buddy Logan said I should come down here to launch my boat. He said it would be... it's a real unstressed boat launch. Is my mic on? I don't think my mic's on. Yeah, microphones work better when you turn them on. Hopefully I had my mic on the whole time I was filming before. That's going to be a fun video to edit. Yeah, this is pretty stressed. It's not a big dock down here. And it looks like both sides are already taken. So, I don't know, we'll have a look-see. We'll have a look-see. And like, there is a trail somewhere around here. I might have already passed it. You go back there and these little birds will come and land on your hands and hats and stuff. Pretty fun. Yeah, there's tons of people down here already fishing. Whatever, we'll find a spot. No, he went where I was gonna go. I don't want to share. All right, we'll go up the river. See, this is the problem with North Bay, is a lot of prime fishing spots for the bank, but the banks aren't clear. So I was gonna go stand in the corner, but then Buddy moved over when he saw me coming, basically to hog that corner. I'd be like, this is our dock, you're not allowed here. We claimed it. We've been here since 7 a.m. Whatever. Like I say, if there's nowhere to fish, we'll say screw the river and we'll go to the docks. Because this thing isn't a deep diver, it stays pretty shallow. I'm not worried about casting it on the left side of the docks into the reeds, because the reeds are well below the ground. I shouldn't hook onto them. We shouldn't have any problems. I keep saying shouldn't, but you never know, man. You never know. You hook onto a fish and that fish starts pulling drag. And I have no idea what my drag's set to. It's pretty tight. I should be alright in a fish fight. What a delight. Okay, so we'll go down here and fish the river. Looks like these guys are going fishing too, so I gotta pick up the pace if I want to get my place. I don't mean to rhyme, guys. It's just happening. It's just happening. It's just who I am. But yeah, we'll go throw down right here in this clearing. And worst case, we'll make our way up to the mouth of the river and we'll cast around there. But this place is pretty juice. Just gotta watch out for water snakes, because they like to come up on the beach here and hang out. And even though they're not venomous, they can be dickheads and fight. All right, I'm gonna sail a shot over there and then reel it back. Let's see how that goes. Freaking deer flies, man. All right, well, it dives deep enough to pick up weeds, so maybe retrieve it a little slower so it doesn't. No, it doesn't matter. There's tall reeds right there in the water. Now, it looks like there's people swimming at the mouth of the river, so it might be kind of rough to go over there and fish. But we can go have a look. Worst case, it's stacked up like the dock is, and because it's pretty weedy here for a jerk bait like this. Because the moment the weeds hit it, the action takes a shit. Like a big shit. Like a big Taco Bell shit. So, wish there was somewhere else to hook this thing onto. And I really don't like hooking it onto eyes, because you bend the eyes out, right? But in this case, for transport reasons, it's going to get eye hooked. Let's go check the mouth of the river and see what it's like. Alright guys, it looks pretty shallow here, but we might be able to sail shots over by those reeds and pull something out. So I say we let her rip tater chip and see if anything bites. We'll need to power cast. The river's kind of narrow here. Look at all the geese over there, eh? Just chilling. There's a lot of grass in here, so maybe the docks might not be a good idea. Really hard to say. Really hard to say, bud. Very extremely really hard to say. Keep the rod tip up, maybe it won't dive as much. Because if a fish is swimming underneath this and sees it, it should see, like, you know, that looks tasty and come and smoke it. Like, it's pretty flashy in the water. It's really flashy in the water. As far as visual appeal goes, it should be on the mark. Just gonna let that swim down river a little bit. Let it swim down the river and caught a 3-pounder. Because this bait twerks like a single mom when the rent is due, so it should be appealing if there's a fish to hit it. But it's also a pretty long bait, so a little panfish ain't gonna smash this. Should have brought the panfish rod. Yeah, all I'm catching here is grass. She's a pretty shallow river. That's why Bro Beans is over there is totally kayaking. Shallow, it's always calm. It's like the main lake is pretty rough. This lake not so, this river not so much. Which means Calendar should be like this, so I think we pack up and we head to Calendar. Because as far as the down there goes, everybody's out there swimming and stuff. I can't be casting lures into the show. Oh my god, there's so much goose poop everywhere. Freaking goose poop. Goose just be pooping. Super pooping goose poops. Alright, I'm done talking about goose poops. Alright guys, we are down here at the docks. The Calendar docks. Why? Because this is our last hope at potentially catching anything on this bait. Where's my rod? There it is. Everything got all tangled up back here from going off Premier, and I'm hooked onto another rod. Son of a bitch. Mental note. Go to Dollarama. See if they sell those sock things. Oh yeah, I kind of need my bag, eh? I do have my multi-tool on me for degorging a fish if he chokes the bait back to his arsehole. I like having my bag because if this doesn't work out, I might switch it up. You know what? Just for funsies, I might just grab my other rod just in case. And we got this ugly stick with this pissy fun flom. I like this reel. For the price, it's perfect. Eh? It's like a $30 reel on Amazon. They talk about braid on it because it's set up for braid, but I got that weird shit on it. Yozuri or Jozuri or whatever the frick it's called. Great line. Big fan. And then we got the old Daiwa Regal stacked up with some good shite. Ooh, the water's low today. Weird. Very frickin' weird, man. Very frickin' weird. Very frickin' weird indeed. Just like my voice, it's very frickin' weird. Okay, so looking at the water clarity. It's not clarity. It's not even water, probably. No, it looks pretty stirred up. So let's sail this thing out, reel it in a couple times, see if we can get something interested. This is also a through wire bait, eh? It's not your typical bait. It's really weird the way this one's built. Stole the idea from a crankbait. Not a crankbait. The Whopper Plopper. The Whopper Plopper has a through wire, but the center hook is held on by a barrel swivel. But I couldn't find my barrel swivels to fit it. So yeah, just made do with what I had. I went too low and caught some grass. See, I know Rocky's down over there, but this thing won't sink low enough to get him. However, that's why I brought the ugly stick with the pissy fun flom, so that if we do want to chuck it in, we can. I'd say at max rip it goes down about a foot, so that's not too bad. It casts like a dream. Well, I am using a medium spinning setup, so what do you expect, right? What do you frickin' expect, bud? I'm gonna go further up here. Buddy's got his boat trailer in the water there. I'm pretty sure he's taking that boat off the dock and he's gonna bring it in, but while he's doing that, I'm just gonna kind of lean this rod up against this bench, take my backpack off and put it with it. Oh, I hit something. Is that a fish? Can't tell if I got a fish. I don't think I got a fish. I'm pretty sure I just hit a weed patch and ripped the top section. Oh yeah, I totally hit a weed patch and ripped the top section off. Now my bait's jamming. Eh? Frig sakes. Frig sakes. Nothing ruins a lure's action more than grass. Is it sitting upright or on its side? Oh, it's sitting upright. Okay. It looked like it was sitting on its side. Let's chuck this parallel to these docks. completely missed the mark, but whatever, we're out there. We're living our best life. Yeah, I'm scraping weeds right now. This is not good. Pretty much casted it parallel to the twin Mercs off that barge. It just sends it. It's not even a heavy lure either. Well, I think right now is just not a good time to be fishing something that hits the top water channel. We need to go deep, and that's the reason why I brought the Pissy Fun. We can go see if Rocky's home. Let's go see if Rocky's home. He's normally chilling. Main reason why I brought this thing. Oh, my fishing friend just called me. She's bringing her dog down here to go for a swim. Man, Rocky's not even home, guys. This is weird. Rocky's not even home. What the frick? What the frick is going on? Where are the fish? No fish. 4 places so far, guys. 4 freaking places. Not one fish. What the frick? Did they go on vacation? Oh, that was a screwed up cast, but there might be something there. Like normally there's rock bass all stacked up here. There he is. There. Oh, that's not a rock bass. That's an actual real bass. There we go, guys. Alright, this guy's got to calm down. Holy crap. Relax. I can't grab him. Right to the top of the lip. There we go. So there are fish in this lake. He's a healthy boy too. Big quarter pounder with cheese. You can get a picture. Gotta send it to Bloke so he doesn't feel like he's the only one catching fish today. Oh, I got too much fish goop on my fingers, Alright. Be free, buddy. Hey guys, say hello to Goose. This is my friend's dog. Springer Spaniel. Right now he's looking for reflections. I'm probably shooting some. He's like, hey, Goose, Goose. Nah, he's in the zone. Oh. I guess he likes ice cap. You're gonna have the poops. All right, guys, I tied on a spoon onto the Yo-Zuri here. It's a little bit heavier. I should be able to get it out further in the waterways. Oh, 1 second here. My camera unplugged. I gotta plug you guys in. Not that I don't have a battery built into this camera, but yeah, there's a lot of sediment in the lake, so I know this video is supposed to be about the other bait, but guys, it's just not the time. I'm gonna have to wait for an overcast day or something. Those baits are no good at this this type of water clarity. Where the spoon, it's gonna, you know, rattle the ground and twerk some lateral lines of fish and potentially get smoked. Let's see if that bass is down here. Do a little side of the dock friggin' trolling here. I'm gonna sail this down there. Should be able to get this halfway down the dock. I went out there. That went out there far. See, when you have substantial weight on your freaking rod, you can send it. Yeah, she's gonna take Goose over to the boat launch so he can have a little dip. Guys, I think we're done down here. Like, I am not catching anything. There's a reason why I'm the only idiot on this dock currently throwing lures in the water. It's because everybody else realized the only 2 fish in here have already been caught, and it's time to bounce. So now that I got snap swivels on both of these freaking rods, I can just take the baits off. Oh, what's going on up here? There's a bit of abrasion on this line. I might cut it and retie it. But now I can just take off my lure, put it back in the case, and just hook the snap swivel right to the rod. And that's what I want to do with all my rods. I also want to go to the Dollarama and see about buying those socks that my friend has on her rod, because that's kind of brilliant. So anyway, guys, we'll see you when we get home. Sit, stupid, sit. Good dog.